Have you ever had Minorcan datil pepper hot sauce? Did you ever wonder what a Minorcan was? A people? A pepper? I did, and that's why I wanted to share the story of the Minorcans with my friends at Finding St. John's. The Minorcans were recruited by a Scottish physician named Andrew Turnbull in 1768 to work on his indigo plantation in New Smyrna, Florida. It consisted of 60,000 to 100,000 acres depending on sources. Turnbull's wife was from Smyrna near Turkey, hence the name New Smyrna. They were a group of 1,403 Mediterraneans who came to British East Florida in the late 18th century as indentured servants. Many were from the island of Minorca, but the group also included Corsicans, French, Spanish, Italians, and others. They were primarily fishermen and craftsmen who practiced Roman Catholic or Eastern Orthodox religion. Out of the 1,403 who began the voyage, only 1,255 survived. Another half would die in the next 2 years. The work contract on the plantation was for 9 years, after which they would be given a small tract of land of their own. The Minorcans ended up being treated harshly in a very harsh land. Turnbull had planned to only house and feed 1/3 of the people who eventually arrived. In August 1768, while Turnbull was in Europe, a man named Carlo Forni led a revolt with 300 others and seized control of the colony's supplies. One of the overseers was killed. Another had his ears cut off. However, the rebels had nowhere to escape afterwards. The British governor James Grant in St. Augustine sent a detachment of soldiers to end the revolt. Months later, on October 1768, the rebels had been dealt with and the revolt was over. This revolt was only 2 months after their arrival. Between 1768 and 1777, 704 adults and 260 children died in the New Smyrna colony. During the American Revolution, Turnbull had made an enemy of Florida Governor Tonin, who had replaced Grant, by refusing to let him use his servants for the militia. Tonin would get his revenge. In 1777, the Minorcans could bear their poor treatment no longer, and several colonists made the 70-mile march to St. Augustine. After various legal hurdles were met, Spencer Mann, the clerk of the Pleas, freed all of the colonists. About 600 of the newly freed Minorcans moved to St. Augustine, where their descendants can still be found. Today, roughly 26,000 Minorcan descendants live in St. Johns County, Florida. If you liked this video, please share and subscribe. Thank you for watching Finding St. John's.